Alright, hello everyone. My name is Bianca Brooks and I come to you today with a bad review for a business. Now, I do not like doing bad reviews, but when you provide bad service, you get a bad review. So I was leaving the young lady's house in Bushwick and I needed a car service to take me from point A to point B. So I Googled, and this was one of the first ones that popped up, and when I called, he said 5 to 7 minutes. We're going to get to that. And he said it would be $17 or $18. We're going to get to that. So the gentleman finally arrived 15 to 20 minutes later. And when I was in the car, I came in. I was like, oh, hello, good night, trying to be polite. And then maybe about 2 to 3 minutes in, I want to double check the price. And the reason that I want to do that is because they'll tell you one price on the phone in New York, and then when you hop into the car or when you reach your destination and it's too late, they tell you a whole nother price. And to me, that's not fair. That's stealing to me. So when I hopped in, he told me this is like 3 to 4 minutes in, okay? When I asked, only because I asked, because if I didn't ask, obviously he wouldn't tell me, because why would you when you're trying to get one over on somebody? So he tells me it's going to be $20, and I told him, sir, when I called on the phone, they told me it was going to be $17 or $18. Now you're telling me it's more. So obviously I called the gentleman back on the phone, the car service. He told me if that's the price he tells you, that's the price he tells you. And I said, okay, but if that's the case and you know that you're not in a position to be giving prices, then you shouldn't be giving prices. Instead of, like a good businessman, him just apologizing and saying, you know what, I shouldn't be doing that, it won't happen again, this man hangs up the phone on me. And then the guy, they're like talking on like a walkie, and the walkie's loud, so obviously I can hear it. And then the guy's like, $20, okay, $20. So the guy's like, it's $20. And I said, that's not the price he gave me, but okay. Now he doesn't want to drive me all of a sudden. I guess he was upset that I called the car service. Yes, I am going to call the car service because they gave me another price. And then he's like, okay, well, you have to pay me right now. Why didn't you tell me that when I first hopped in the car? Because he said, oh, it's a policy, and he pointed to a sign for all fares $10 or over. So if that's the case, instead of waiting 3 to 4 or 5 minutes in or after this conversation, you should have told me that the minute I hopped in. Miss, ma'am, either way, even if it was $17 or $20, my fare was over $10. So you should have told me that beforehand, because the sign says that you have to pay when it's $10 or over up front. So you didn't do that. That's your fault. Even after I said I would pay this man the $20, he told me no, that I had to get out the car. I told him I am not getting out of the car in the middle of nowhere. I don't know this neighborhood. He said he doesn't care. And I said, well, I don't care if we sit in this car all night either. You can drop me either back to my destination. He said he would drop me at the base to get another taxi service. He did not do that. He dropped me back to my destination, finally, after arguing with him, telling him that, listen, I'm not getting out right here. I don't know this neighborhood. So when I called the guy, keep in mind, this man hung up on me numerous times when I called the car service, okay? He hung up on me more than 3 times. So when I called the gentleman, I said, listen, okay, this man is rude. You're not even trying to do anything. So basically what you're telling me is you don't have any control over your workers. They're rude to your customers, and they're allowed to be rude. And I don't know if it's a black thing. And of course I had to bring that up because I said, well, what's the problem? Obviously, this man's like, no, it's not a black thing. I'm not going to say it's a black thing because we don't know if it's a black thing. I know he's a rude thing, that's for sure. I know someone doesn't like their job and is taking it out on everybody else, that's for sure. And then the man never even sent another car. And honestly, I wouldn't have wanted the other car, but he never sent one. So they don't keep their word. And when I had taken something, it's called the lift. It's like a lift service. I guess they lift you up to where you belong. I don't know. Guess how much the fare came out to? $18. Okay, then. And I gave the man a $5 tip because he was nice and he made conversation with me and he was really, really cool. And then I looked up the reviews for this business. Needless to say, it wasn't good. 3 months ago, this person, I don't usually write reviews, but I have to write this. When I called, they said 5 or 7 minutes, but the driver came late. And then this was another one a year ago. Firstly, the driver was late and he did not show up. And then he didn't show up near my door apartment. He was parked all the way on the other side of the street. And when I waved him down, he refused to come to me. This also is another recent one. A year ago, my experience was terrible. I do not normally write reviews, but I felt it was my duty to warn unsuspecting people. When I called 3 different people to pick up the phone, and then they put me on hold. Finally, the 4th person took my address and said that they would be there in 7 minutes. Okay, guys, we have, something alike in all these stories. Stop saying 7 minutes if you're not going to be here in 7 minutes. This one was written 3 weeks ago. Very irresponsible, rude, never send the cars to the location. This is a good review. Listen to this. Nice cars, polite drivers. They do come late, but I understand that this is New York City and there are plenty of cars and things happen. This is a good review. This is a 5-star review saying that they're late. So if your bad reviews say that you're late and your good reviews say that you're late, what does that mean? It means that you're always late. Okay, so I'm going to put the number below. I'm going to put the man's picture below so we can all have the displeasure of seeing his face, so that in case we ever need a taxi service and we see, oh, this man, we're not going to take his taxi, we're not going to patronize this business, because obviously they don't know how to treat customers. And when I had called and I had asked the gentleman who was picking up the phone the whole night what his name was, he would not tell me his name. So this business gets a bad review, okay? No stars for you, okay? On Google, I'm going to have to give you at least 1 star, but you get no stars in my book, okay? Don't forget to click below so you can see the numbers, so you can see the reviews. Feel free to, add in your own reviews if you have also experienced bad service.